All right, in a moment, I'm going to show you a simple exercise that will introduce you to the positioning you should be aiming for in your tongue, jaw and throat, namely the soft palate, when you're singing in the upper part of your vocal range. But let me ask you a weird question first. Have you ever watched yourself in the mirror when you're yawning? I mean, have you ever really gotten in there to see what's going on when you yawn? I can just hear you now. Oh yeah, like I do that every day, Ray. But seriously, go and do it now. Just pause the video and go and yawn in the mirror and watch what happens at the back of your mouth. Okay, you back? Did you notice how that little dangly thing at the back of your mouth, called the uvula, actually rises up to the top of your throat? Did you also notice that soft sheath of skin it's attached to? This soft area, which is the continuation of your hard palate, the roof of your mouth, is called your soft palate. And this is the first place we're going to be focusing our attention. The reason for this is because singing high notes actually requires more space. For example, when you call out to someone across the room or across the road, what does your mouth and throat do? They open more. In other words, more space is created to allow for the elevation in pitch. It's a natural action of the body that allows the sound vibration to travel into your head cavity more easily, while at the same time helps to release any tension you'd otherwise accumulate in your neck, throat and jaw areas. So how do we actively open the throat or raise the soft palate to create more space when we're singing high notes? Well, there's actually a simple technique to it. What I'd like you to do in a moment is take in a nice low breath, and as you do, very gently open your throat as though you are preparing to yawn. Now I know you all are yawning right now, and that's perfectly fine and completely natural. I would advise though, if you do feel you need to yawn, just allow it to happen, because not only will it give your muscles a nice stretch, but it will also help to avoid the tension that's created in your throat, jaw and tongue when you try to hold back a yawn. Okay, so as you breathe in, allow the soft palate to raise ever so slightly so that more space is created. At the same time, make sure that your tongue remains relaxed and is resting against the back of your bottom teeth like this. After you've taken in that breath, raised your soft palate and checked in with your tongue, I want you to then make a sighing sound like this. Yeah! Ready? Breathe low, open your throat like you're preparing to yawn, and yeah! And again, breathe, open, yeah! And one more, breathe, open, yeah! Excellent. So not only does this technique open the throat, but it also does one very important other thing. It helps to keep your larynx seated or relaxed in your throat. As we know, keeping the larynx seated helps to avoid tension and vocal strain. However, be careful not to overdo it and raise your soft palate too high, because this can actually create a couple of other issues. Number one, it can cause tension in your throat due to the larynx being depressed too much. And number two, it can make the tone hooty and unattractive like this. So just raise the soft palate enough so that you can feel your throat is slightly open, and let's give this exercise a go.